சார் கெஸ்ட் வந்துட்டாங்க சார்.
ஓகே.
Good evening, Ashwan.
Good evening, madam.
My voice is clear and I'm visible also?
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Okay. I was just checking that.
It's okay.
பண்ணி விடுறேன். Ashwin sir, shall we?
Okay. But only 57 participants are there. Ashwant, shall we wait for a few more minutes?
Yes, ma'am. We will
Welcome, ma'am.
wait, ma'am.
Thank you so
Okay. Welcome. Welcome, ma'am. Sunaya, ma'am.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to our session.
Thank you so much.
Fine, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Shall we wait up to 4-5? Huh?
Yeah, you can wait.
Ashwin? Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
No issue.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Ashwant, we can proceed on. It's getting late. Ma'am has been waiting for us. Ashwant?
Okay, ma'am. We can.
Good
Introduce
morning,
yourself,
sir.
ma'am.
Ma'am,
Ah,
we'll start.
we can.
Good evening to one and all gathered here. Thank you to each and every one of you for being with us here today. Now I call Ms. Shivadashini, Cadet Senior Under Officer of Department of Defense, to deliver her welcome speech.
Have a great to each one of you present here. I am extremely happy to get this wonderful opportunity to address you all in this special event. Firstly, I extend my gratitude to welcome our respectable chairman sir of Anna Group of Institution. Secondly, a warm welcome to our respectable Anna College of Arts and Science. Next, I happily welcome our organized respectable IQAC coordinator ma'am, and I welcome our respectable vice principal sir, Anna College of Arts and Science. Next, I welcome our coordinator, sir, head and assistant professor from Department of DBA. Third, I gladly welcome our strategist and assistant professor from Department of Defense and Strategic Studies. And now, it's my pleasure to welcome our honorable chief guest. I am profoundly delighted to take an opportunity to introduce our chief guest, Captain, who has served in the Indian Army as Intelligence Corps officer and had enriching experience in her administration, management, education and teaching and training. Apart from, she is an outstanding sportswoman who has represented Haryana State, Delhi University and Punjab University at the national level. And also, she is a certified life coach from Yari International Nonprofit Organization, San Francisco, USA. And additionally, she is the author of a book that titled Authentic Leadership and Psychological Capital, a Managerial Study. We are so honored to have you as our chief guest for this wonderful event. Thank you, ma'am. Once again, I welcome you all wholeheartedly. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, dear. Thank you.
Thank you, Shivadashini,
Thank
for
you,
your
ma'am.
welcome speech. Up next, I call our respected principal ma'am to deliver her presidential address.
Shall I proceed on?
Ma'am, you can proceed, ma'am.
Shall Shall I proceed?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Shivdarshini. Respected Chairman, Secretary, CEO, Director, Vice Principal, Mr. Yunanchilian and Mr. Raja, IQC Coordinator, Mrs. Lada ma'am, Head of the Department of Defense and Strategic Studies, Dr. Selvam, Dr. Shuganti, and Mr. Ashwant, who is a young and energetic, who induce our students for the betterment of their life. A warm good evening to one and all. It's our immense pleasure to welcome our today's guest, Captain Dr. Sunaya Singh, PhD in Psychology, for the webinar on Building Resilience Way to Handle Failures. A warm welcome, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. I'm glad to inform that we are the first institution to get the approval of BA Defense and Strategic Studies affiliated to Bharathidasan University. And see, dear students, education is not just of learning of facts, what has happened, how it happened, and where it happened, and so on. It is just of training your minds to think over strategically how your education is going to implement tactical way in order to achieve your goal. So see that in order to train your minds, these types of webinars are organized to enrich yourself and to mold yourself still more better. So the organizing committee, especially Mr. Ashwant, has taken over much effort of organizing the resource person in order to motivate and to induce yourself to know about how far this course is more valuable in order to train and mold yourself. So only for that purpose, we have taken over much effort of organizing these types of webinar for the welfare of our students. Hope, dears, you had understood a lot. So kindly note down the session and don't waste your time just for spending more time and chatting in WhatsApp, Twitter, and so on, dears. Just take over all this webinar in a fruitful manner. And I have special regards to Dr. Thirumolan and Parthiban, the technical coordinator, who are spending over much more time in this webinar on day-to-day activities. And special wishes to Dr. that is Mr. Ashwant, the young and energetic boy who has taken over a much effort for the welfare of our students, who are training our students in a better way. So hope that it all goes on a good way for a good manner and good ways to the society. So thank you one and all. So Mr. Thirumolan and Ashwant, you can go ahead to the session. Hope that at the end of the session, our students will give over a good feedback. So thank you one and all. Thank you. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome, Sunaya, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your presidential address.
Thanks,
Now
ma'am.
it's my
Thanks.
privilege to call our honorable chief guest to deliver her special address.
Okay. Fine, ma'am. You can go ahead.
May I now?
Yes, ma'am, you can.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ashwant. I'll just request if you can pin me on the main screen, so that would be easy for. I'm audible to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. And thanks for giving me this opportunity to connect with your students. I hope by the end of this session, I would be able to motivate few of you. My target is out of 100, even 2 or 3. If I would be able to make some impact on their life, I have done my job. So don't think that it would be a boring session or something. It is a motivation. Kids, I'm not going to get into the details of any, facts and the figures. It will be just related to your life, how we feel about that, because you all are doing your graduation, all are in the learning time. And I think this is the peak of your youth. You all are at the best of your life. So make best use of it. Just a simple example. We all have 24 hours in a day. So all those people who will make the best use of these 24 hours will make the whole difference. That's it. Just a humble request, if few of you can switch on your videos, because I'm feeling as if I'm talking to computer only. Any few of you, if you can. I'm not able to see any. Yeah, gallery view. Yeah, it's better now. Yeah, thank you, Ashwant. At least you are there, so I'm able to see. So I'm, talking to someone. So it feels easy for me. Thank you so much. Mr. Anoop Kumar De. Thanks a lot. Fine. So now I'm feeling that I'm talking to a few people and I'm interacting with, not with the computer, with the people. So what I was telling to all the students, yes, you just have 24 hours. So just try to make best use of these 24 hours. The problem with today's generation is what? You asked just the few lines before when ma'am was saying, don't get into WhatsApp on Twitter when ma'am is taking the lecture. This is what we are doing. You know, when we are supposed, if you're attending a class, you all are worried about rest all things, what is happening in your life. You must be worried about your friends, you must be worried about the movie which you want to watch. And when you are watching a movie, then you are worried about studies. Oh, I have an exam tomorrow. So whatever little you are doing at one time, you are just not focusing on that, except the rest of the world you are bothered at that time. And that is called the wastage of time, my kids. The only thing you need to do is just focus on present. Make the best use of present. That is what is going to make some difference in your life. And that is what, you know, have been taught to us in Forge. Planning of each and everything. So you all must be having big dreams in your eyes. Somebody must be wanting to become an IS officer, engineer, or somebody else. Somebody wants to join Forge and everywhere. So and the biggest demotivator amongst, you know, you all feel motivated one day or other day. The other day you will feel, no, I lack confidence, I lack motivation, my life is not going to be the way I want to be. I completely understand. You know, the life is like that. Have you ever seen your ECG? Your heart beats like this, up, down, up, down, up, down. That is what is life all about. Our lives also is full of ups and full of downs. How you take those downs and bounce back to the up, that is called as resilience. Handling your failures, accepting your failures, and going back and bounce back to that, that is called as resilience. And one of the very important, you know, you can say it, a quality, a characteristics, a very important skill which is required to become successful in life, be it any leader, be it any manager, anyone. All of us need resilience in our life. We need to know how to handle failures. Now, when the term comes, the failure, what comes to your mind? Tell me, any one of you, you know, what comes to my mind first when I hear this word failure? Let's face it, we all make mistake. We all know that. Most of us, we all know that failures are reality of life. And at some level, we also understand that it actually helps us to grow. We all know that. If you start thinking intellectually also, we all will acknowledge, you know, whosoever the greatest achiever, you know, in present also and in the past also, they all have felt, they all have experienced failures in their lives. But still, all of us hate to fail. No one likes to fail at any time. We fear it, we dread it, and whenever it happens, we just get hold of it. Some of us go at, you know, great length to avoid failures. Oh my God, bas main fail na ho jaun. Oh my God, I hope a bit of Hindi you might understand, but I'll try to be converse in English only. But I'm from North India, so a bit of Hindi might come. You just bear with it. But mostly I'll be conversing in English only. So when the, you know, most of us try so hard in avoiding the failures, because what is attached with failure? Most of the time with failure, we all have attached pain and shame. We all have just
Something
I'm really
wrong.
sorry. Yeah,
Tirumulan sir?
yeah, I'm here only. Sorry. So
Okay.
when it comes to failure, why is it so hard to let go? Just think over it. Why is it so hard to forgive ourselves and move on? So today, I just want to give you a small example to understand. Just think over it. When a baby first learn to walk, she is going to fall n number of times. And in fact, it is a sort of failure only. But have you ever asked any mother, just ask her about the ability to walk of her child? You just ask her whether your child would be able to walk or not. Very wholeheartedly, she will say that no, my child will walk one day. How many times she might fall, but she will surely walk. Why the mother is so confident? Just think over it. We all know the answers. We all know, because we know that falling down and failing while learning to walk is a part of life. So why is not failure at the other thing treated the same way? Just think over it. Think it. It's very rational. We don't realize as when some people says, in order to get there, wherever they are in their life, they must have failed many times in their life. So what society is doing? So society tends to celebrate the successes rather than highlighting those epic journey towards, success, that are filled with, all these successes are filled with some of the upsets, some of the setbacks, some of the failures. So why we are not talking about that journey also? That journey is the beautiful journey, and that journey itself is carries lots of learning with it. Now, very clearly, I really want to tell you all why failures are important. They are very important. I agree with you all. Whenever you fail, it actually hurts. But it is very important part of your life, because it is very necessary. Whenever I have failed myself, I'm talking about myself. Whenever I have failed in my life, I have become a better version of myself. I have become more compassionate about people. I've become more empathetic about people. Kindness, I've learned kindness. I started realizing the actual meaning of victory. So it is through the failure we learn the greatest lessons of our lives. So failures are the great teacher. Admit, I'm telling you all, bacha, I don't know even a single person who have never failed in their life. If you know someone, either they are lying then, or they have kept their standards so low, achieving anything is very easy for them. So they can't reach at the height. So that is what is very important to know. And whenever you are going to fail, it is going to hurt. Accept that feeling. Yes, it is going to hurt. But those people who actually have understood what true failures are, they always bounce back from it. They understand that failures are very necessary for success. Whenever you fail, just think over it that you are one step nearer to your success, and that bouncing back is called as resilience. And today I am here to tell you all how you all can build that resilience, which is so important. It is very necessary, because most of the successful people in their life, they have failed a number of times, but they have never stopped. The moment you fail and then stop, that is the failure, which you never, because you are not going back. So keep trying unless you achieve whatever you want to achieve in your life. I'm just giving you few examples. You can read it on internet, and number of stories are there. You all know Abraham Lincoln. You all know Jim Carrey, Oprah Winfrey, Amitabh Bachchan, J.K. Rowling, and number of people I can tell you. So start, Abraham Lincoln, everybody knows. He was born in 1809. When he was born in a very poor family. 1880, at the age of 9, he lost his mother. At the 1831, he lost his job. In 1832, he was defeated for the state legislature. In 1833, he failed in his failure. In 1835, he's lost his fiancée. In 1836, he had a nervous breakdown. 38, 43, 48, 1854, 56, 1856, 8, again, line-wise, he felt in all his election. And finally, in 1860, 1860, he was elected as the president of the US. Imagine if he would have stopped after 2 or 3 defeats, he would not be the president. and most of us would not have known him. So everybody faces failure. Don't be scared of it. We all know J.K. Rowling, you know, who has written Harry Potter book. 12 publishers have rejected her book initially. We all know the name of Thomas Edison, who invented bulb, who invented light. 10,000 attempts he took in invented that. Imagine, look at him. Initially, in his school days, teachers used to call him stupid to learn anything. And when he was trying again and again, 10,000, after 9,000 failed attempts, Edison, he simply stated that, why would I feel like a failure and why would I ever give up? Because I know over 9,000 ways an electric bulb will not work. There are only few ways left. Imagine. So whenever you fail at one thing, it actually tells you the way it will not work. This is how, for example, if you're appearing for some, I'll tell you my example. When I was appearing for my NET examination in psychology, first attempt in June 1 attempt. Now, at my time in 2004, when I got appeared, there was a subjective paper and there was an objective paper. I attempted my subjective paper like anything. I completed all 12 questions and I wrote nicely. I was 110, but my objective was weak because the whole time I was just practicing for the written and objective. I thought I have done the theory, so objective type I would be able to do it. But no, you really need to practice multiple choice questions. They are very tricky questions. Are you getting? If you have done your theory also properly, but if you have not practiced MCQs, then for the next time when I practiced it daily, I made sure that in a day at least 200 questions I used to do it, practice it. So that is what 200 objective type questions, and then written was my there, because I sat back and I realized what went wrong. I knew, because I have done my 100%, I knew there was no problem in the subjective. I knew all the answers. I attempted all the questions. So what went wrong? What went wrong was in the MCQs. So that is what. So you realize it, very important. Now, all those people, you know, who have failed recently or who must have felt that some or the other failure very recently, let me tell you all, please don't get demoralized. You guys are above all those who have not even attempted it. At least you have attempted and failed. So feel proud of you. So what all you have learned from those your failure, the first thing a person, why failures are important, they gives you experience. Just think over it. What happens when we fail? Just think. When we go through something and can walk away with the first-hand experience of it, it actually helps us to develop a deeper understanding for life. It is so important. The experience of failing at something is truly invaluable. Actually, it actually alters your frame of mind, or it gives you perspective, a different perspective altogether. Second thing, knowledge. Failure brings you the first-hand knowledge of doing that particular thing, and nothing can replace that knowledge gained from failure. We all know when Thomas Edison famously failed 10,000 times to create that bulb. With each failure, he get that knowledge, one more avenue that this bulb did not work. You know, because of this, it will not work. So that is why failures are important. Third thing, it teaches you resilience. The most important thing, failing in life helps you to build resilience. The more we fail, the more resilient we become. So in order to get, you know, bigger successes in life, great successes in life, we must know resilience. It is the most important characteristics, and it actually helps to live in a beautiful life. Resilience helps to breed success by setting up the game always to win, because you're trying back again and again. That is what is resilience. Bouncing back from your failure is resilience all about. Fourth thing is what? Growth. Whenever we fail, my kids, we grow and mature as a human being. Very important. We reach deeper meanings and understanding about our lives, that why we are doing this. Is it that important for me? It helps. It gives you the time to reflect, and it gives you the time to take things into perspective for developing meaningful meaning from your, it helps you to developing meaning from your painful situation. That is, and the last is value. You just think about your past experiences. It must have brought some value to your life. Just think over it. These were the importance why no need to be scared of failures. Now I'll be telling you all how you can handle failures if it happens in your life. What are the ways of handling failures? Or you can say, what are the ways to build your resilience? The first step you need to do is just accept how we feel about it. First is acceptance. Problem kahan se aati hai? From where the problem arises, we don't accept it. We start blaming others for everything. My teacher was not right. That is why I failed in my life. Okay, my parents did not give me this opportunity. We start playing the game of what? Blaming others. We can't control others in our life. At the end, if we can control ourselves only. We have right on ourselves only. So the first thing is acceptance. Very important. So whenever you just fail, it is going to hurt. Sometimes a bit, sometimes a lot. And that's okay. That's completely okay. Don't try to push it away by distracting yourself with some other responsibility. Most of us paint ourselves with that fake smile. No, everything is fine. No, everything is fine. No, I'll do it. No, it's not. Don't do that. Try to accept it and let it in. Let it hurt. Don't, because that's the first step. The moment you let it in, it will be easier for you to go to the next step. Are you getting me? What happens when you don't share it with others, when you don't express your feelings, when you don't express your emotions? Once you feel like crying and you don't cry, what happens? All your emotions inside, they just become a tsunami of emotions inside. And then they, goes into heavy direction, sometimes lead to a serious diseases, mental health issues. Sometimes it is going to be depression, and sometimes more serious. And it is very disheartening to even hear. It is very shocking to hear those suicidal tendencies in young students. You just think it. The problem arises, you don't share it. You don't accept it. Accept it. Human emotions are there to express. If you feel like crying, please do cry. If you feel like howl, please howl. It's you. I have failed. You need to learn it. Need to learn how you are feeling, your feeling. Very important. Second, once you have accepted it, then only you would be able to go to the second step. Now what needs to be done? Now you need to take the stock. What went wrong? After taking the stock, learn it. What else I can do? And then adapt it. Yes, this is not, I'm going to repeat it again. Very important. So look at your failure now after accepting, yes, I have failed. It is hurting me. Perfectly fine. Now leave it. Now I am thinking at my failure analytically. I suspended all my feelings of anger, frustration, blame, or regret. Suspend it. Why did I fail? What might have produced a better result? Was that failure completely out of my control? Now, after gathering all the facts, step back and ask yourself, what did I learn from this? Just think over it. Very important. That is what you need to learn. So what is that one thing I learned from this that you need to know? And now, how can I adjust my next course of action so that I don't repeat at least the same mistake again? That is very important. If you'll keep on doing the same mistake again and again, then what is going to happen? It is a spiral then. It is a spiral. It is a trap. For example, when I realized, when I appeared for my NET exam, my MCQs were, and again, I'm not practicing it. So next time also I would have made the same mistake and I would not have cleared my netting. But I practiced it. I realized it. If something went wrong, what went wrong? This must have went wrong. And in the second time, at least I'll not repeat the same mistake. I might repeat some different mistakes altogether, but not the same mistake what I did it the last time. So that is what's one thing that I can do differently next time? So these are the questions which you need to learn from your failures, which you need the answers. And one more thing, be honest with yourself when you answer them. Very important. If you're fooling yourself only, so nobody can help you. Be it any psychologist, you call any counselor, you call anyone. If you're feeling anxiety, if you're feeling stressed because of your career, the first thing is be honest with yourself and don't rush. Sometimes you'll get an answer in few seconds, sometime in hours, sometime you might take days, sometime week, or sometime a month also. Take your time. Start thinking about that situation from some different perspective altogether and in a constructive manner, not with the negativity, not with the feeling of anger, not with the feeling. Rationally, you need to think it. And you all are the students of Defense Strategic Studies. Please, now you need to think strategically. What went wrong? This is not what I'm going to repeat it again. That is very important. Third step is stop dwelling on it now. बहुत सारे हम लोग ना, we get obsessed with our failures. Is that going to change your outcome? Tell me. If you failed, have one exam and you are crying for 1 month, is it going to change it? Would the result be changed altogether? Now you are crying, you have cried for 1 month, now you are passed. Is it going to happen? No, it is not. So stop dwelling over it. You cannot change the past, but yes, you can shape your future. So the faster you take a positive step forward, the quicker you can leave these stupid feelings of altogether, those stupid thoughts that I won't be able to do this, I won't be able to do that. So stop dwelling on it. Now comes your fourth step, and very important, my kids. Release the need of approval of others. Most of the time, often, our fear of failure is rooted where? Tell me. It's not rooted in ourselves. It's rooted of fear of being judged by others and losing that respect from the others and the esteem from the others. Oh, she has failed. Oh, what will my Mossy says? What will my Bua says? What will my aunt says? What will my granny says? You are more worried about that. What will my teachers say? It is we easily get influenced by what people say about us. Remember, this is your life, not theirs. Please. And you know what you know about yourself? Nobody knows you better than you. You knows yourself the best. So what any one person consider to be true about you is not necessarily the truth about you. Don't give others that power, to have more opinions about you. Have that confidence in yourself. That is very important. That is what is required. Most of the time we are we are running our life either, avoid, most of the time we are so bothered about what others will say. We always try to fulfill the expectations of others.
Hello, ma'am. Sorry for the interruption, ma'am. Ma'am, your mic is muted.
Mic
Is it
is
fine
not
now?
working.
Yeah, is it fine now? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So So that is what, nobody knows you. It's your life. Live the way. Your goal should be your goal, not the other's goal. Most of the time, we get into the trap of adopting our goals. Our parents said, you want to become an engineer? That is why I'm doing engineering. No need to do that. Would you be able to give your 100%? Never. Your perseverance will not be there. After one failure only, you will feel, okay, I won't be able to do it, because that's not your goal. Again, very important. So don't be afraid of being judged by others. It's a very beautiful Hindi song, दुनिया का काम है कहना, दुनिया वाले कुछ ना कुछ तो कहेंगे ही ना. Don't be scared of that. Let them say what. It's your life. Live the way you want to live. That is what is required. If you have confidence, if you have grit, if you have power, I'm sure you would be able to get that success in your life. No one can stop you in doing that. Fine. Now the next step is very important. Try a new point of view. Very, very important. If I fail, most of the time, what do you say? I'm stupid, I'm weak, I'm incapable, I won't be able to do it again. This is what happens every time with me. No, just change it a bit. If I fail, I am one step closer to succeeding. I am smarter than before. I am, because I have knowledge, I have gained something new from this failure. So those positive affirmation is required whenever you fail. Please, self-talk, self-affirmation, positive affirmation is very important. Michael Jordan, you all know that famous basketball player. He always said, it's a beautiful quote. I'm just reading it out. I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. He never said kitne. He have missed more than 9,000 shots in his career. I have lost almost 300 games. On 26 occasions, I have been entrusted to take the game winning shot and I missed it. I have failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeeded. So that is the power of failing, my kids. That is why you read the beautiful story. So find inspiration and support from your world. Very important. When you get inspired from others now, and this young age is beautiful. You easily get inspired from other people. When you look at them, you want to be like them. So get inspiration from your world. Very important. Talk to someone, close to you who can help you. Someone in the same field, they have failed at some point of time, how they have handled their defeat in their life. Very important. Read all the famous books of failure journey. It actually gives us a very positive affirmation also, and a very positivity also. If those people have succeeded, so why not me? I can also do that. So find inspiration and support from the world. Last, revisit your goals. Very important. Sometimes what happens again and again, we are failing at some or the other thing. So what needs to be done? So what is your goal? Tell me, any one of you, what is goal? How it is supposed to be? So your goal should be a SMART goal. What does that mean? SMART. S means specific. Specific means measurable. I want more money. How much money do you want? I want to become famous. How much famous? What kind of this? Be specific, be clear. Meaningful, very important. Meaningful enough. You will do whatever to achieve them if it is meaningful to you, or if it is meaningful to your grandpa or your parents or to your mosses or to you, are not going to achieve it. Mark my words, it needs to be meaningful to you. It needs to be achievable. Very important. Most of the time we make such a vague goals. It has, you have long-term goals, then make some short-term goals also. That is very important. So once you achieve it, you get that confidence of achieving them. So make sure you achieve those short-term goals that is leading towards your long-term goals are relevant. Very important. It needs to be relevant to your core values. What is value for you? For example, me, what I'm doing right now is exactly, so close to my core values. helping others, sharing my experiences with others. In last 2 years, I started a journey of sharing my experiences in the rural areas. Once I went there, when I felt over there, let me tell you, there is so much of talent in these rural India. The only thing these kids lack is right guidance and the opportunities. So I am trying my best, and it gives me such a purpose in my life, and it keeps me so motivated. None of the salary check have ever given me that happiness, that job satisfaction. Whenever I go to a government school and interact with those young girls, see the dreams in their eyes, and when I'm able to inspire them or motivate them a bit, it gives me such a high sense of achievement. See what relevant, what gives you. Is it money? Is it power? Is it social work? Is it being compassionate with other? It is what gives you happiness. See, there is nothing right, there is nothing wrong. I'm telling you all, it's you. You see what your priorities are in your life. You won't be able to get everything in your life. Mark my words. कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ खोना जरूर पड़ता है. This is the fact. You can't get every. See what your priorities are, and then just go after those priorities. Then don't crave. For example, if it comes to me, when I look at few people, if they are doing professionally very well, they must have compromised on their personal life in some or the other way. If they are doing personally very well, they must have compromised on their career on some or the other way. We just have to, so see what gives you the ultimate happiness and go for it. You just see, because being a woman, whenever you tell it to someone, oh, I'm a housewife. Oh, you're just a housewife, you're not working. And if I sometimes, I'm working, I'm a full-fledged, I'm working in army or this or that. Oh, she must not be looking after her kids well. Look at her kids. So there are people who will say some or the other thing. Don't worry about that. It's your life. You have to see what gives you the ultimate happiness, and let your goal be aligned with that. That is very important. And last is smart mate T. It needs to be time bound. It cannot be vague. Set the exact date. For example, when I said before COVID, when I was visiting the government schools, I started with the journey that in a month, I'm going to visit 2 to 3 government schools, so that in a year, I would be able to finish at least 24 to 36 in a year. That was, so it needs to be time bound. So revisit your goals daily. Self-introspect is very important. So whenever you are recovering from any of the failure, the first thing you need to do is revisit your goal, redefine them, spend some time, do some, analyze them, adjust it as per you. That is what is required. I hope you all got some or the other, kuch aapko pata chala, and a very famous quote from my ideal APJ Abdul Kalam: if you fail, never give up. Fail means the first attempt in learning. We all know that. And it's not the end. End means efforts never, never, ever dies. If you get no as an answer, remember no means next opportunity. So you never fail until you stop trying. That is what is need to be taught. That is what is need to be understand, because most of the time I have seen kids who are preparing for some or the other exam, most of the time they get scared before even trying. I won't be able to do that. So that fear of failure, in case if I fail, my complete 1 year will be wasted. Most of the people who are or who wants to start preparing for their IAS exam, that's the first thought comes to their mind. Oh, what will happen if I'll not clear after 1 or 2 years of this? So, bure nahi ho jaoge. At least for 2 years you have studied something, and that knowledge nobody is going to take away from you. At least you will not regret that you not even tried. Give it a try. And this is an age, and there is no age to learning. I did my PhD at the age of 38. After leaving Forge, I did my MBA. There is no age. I have plans further. I want to do my postdoctorate. So there is no age of learning. There is no age of marriage. There is no age of anything. Everything depends upon you. When you feel this is the right time, then only it is the right time. I hope आप लोगों को कुछ समझ में आया. I hope I was able to connect to you all. In case if you have any question, now the house is open to you all. You can ask, you can write it in the chat box also, or please do write your feedback also. And I'm available on YouTube channel also. There are few videos I keep there, adding there. It's on the name of Captain Dr. Sunana Singh, Dr. Sunana Singh, ex-army officer, and my Instagram page on the Captain Dr. Sunana Singh. You all can see me there. You can write your queries over there. I try to answer to as much as possible. I found Ashwant over there only. Thank you, Ashwant, for giving me this opportunity. I hope I was able to help your students a bit.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Induja.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am, for your splendid speech.
Wow.
Your words
Wow.
encourage us to achieve many endeavors.
You just wait, Ma. We can ask if there is any question session. That is, our faculties or students are putting over in the chat box. Chorus. You just wait. Afterwards, you can put over the end the session on the vote of thanks. Okay.
Anyone? Yeah, you can write it. Thank you, ma'am. Spirit, enthusiasm, motivation. Thank you, dear Naveen, Raj. Thank you, ma'am. Most of the time, we are not able to analyze the reason of failure, how to guide oneself. Self-introspection is very important. Whenever you are not able, you just see, whenever you don't understand a difficult question, what do you do? When you are not able to learn a difficult question, what do? You write it down. Is that clear? So self-introspection, putting yourself journals are very important. It is going to help you a lot in finding exactly what went wrong. Write it down. Fine. Thank you. Fine, Shivansh, I hope. Yeah. What is the secret of your confidence, ma'am? I don't feel people will judge me or not. I say, I stay very authentic to myself, whatever I am. If I go to the village, I tell it to the people, yes, I belong, my roots are in the village. I don't want to be like someone. So that's what gives me the confidence. If I don't know anything, I tell it. Nobody knows everything. Nobody. We all are learning. We all are humans. We all make errors. We all make mistakes. And whenever I make mistake, I don't feel shy in saying sorry. I easily accept it and I say sorry to anyone. मैं छोटे को भी बोल सकती हूँ, बड़ों को भी बोल सकती हूँ. I don't mind doing that. Fine. So that, I think that gives me the happiness or something like that. Thank you. Anyone else? Ma'am, how to positive and be confident in, yeah, very important. देखिए positivity जो है ना, it's very important. Harvard have done a very study which says, only 15% of the time you will get a job and success in your life because of the facts and the figures, 85% of the time you will get a job and success because of the positive attitude you have. And see what we are doing. We are spending about 100% of energy, resources, and time in that 15%. Nobody is bothered about that 85%. So start. Everything comes with learning. You all have learned how to eat. Your parents have taught you. You all have learned how to read, write, play, cycling, driving. So learning positive attitude also you all can learn. So what you can do? First thing, you need to leave these 3 C's of your life, and I call it the 3 cancers of your life. Compare all the time what you're doing. You see the Instagram post of your friend, oh my God, they are having a holiday over there. Why I'm not having this? Gives you negativity in your life. Okay, criticize. The government is not doing this. They are not doing this. Our department have not created all the classes nicely. This and that's criticism. It gives you what? Negativity. Third, complaining. All the complaints. My parents didn't buy me the iPhone 11 Pro, which is very this and this. The complaint is never ending, my kids. That when you start talking negativity, you get those negative. Whatever you give to the world, you get back. You start giving positivity. You start giving good vibes to the other, you will get the same thing back. So that is what you need to think. So you will become. So make sure. Whenever just practice it for one day. Just practice it for one day. Whenever you are complaining, criticizing, or just write a note. Oh my God, I just did it. Make a note, make a note, make a note. And then you'll fed up of doing it. And then you will realize, oh my God, what in a complete day, how many times I have done it. And start practicing gratitude. Very important. Whatever little you have in your life, feel blessed for that. Everybody is not having that. If you are able to listen to me, if you are able to see me, if you have mobile in your hand, if you have laptop in your front, if you are able to write, you are amongst the blessed lot in this country. You know that. If anybody feels that, I'm not blessed, go and visit any government hospital. Come to Delhi and visit AIIMS once, or any government. You all will, sing a song. Again, very good. दुनिया में इतना गम है, मेरा गम कितना कम है. दुनिया का गम देखा तो मैं अपना गम भूल गए. तो start practicing gratitude. That is going to give you the positivity in your life. When we are traveling, good. Wow. I'm getting such nice feedback. Thank you so much to each one of you. I'm happy, feeling blessed. Ma'am, hearing your word, when we are traveling in a path, but other make us to move in other. How can we overcome that? You just see, that is what, again and again, I'm telling you, it's your life. You have to live the way you want to live. So that is what you need to learn, how to ignore other. That is the first thing. Problem kahan hoti hai? Jab hum khud, when we are not able to give our 100%, when we ourselves know, oh my God, we have just given the 50%, then you feel like listening to others also. Okay, when you will start giving your 100% in whatever you want to do it, you will not be bothered about other. When I was in class 12, let me tell you, I did my 11th and 12th from non-medical. Then I got an admission in an engineering college. I went to my dad and told him, Dad, I don't want to do engineering. Every second person is doing engineering. I want to study in Delhi. I've heard all intelligent students study in Delhi. And my dad was like, okay, fine, you go and study over there. Imagine, because till class 12th, I have never given them the opportunity, and I had the full confidence on me that if I'm going there also, I'll give my 110% in that. Why your parents doubt you? Why other people? Because you yourself know most of the time you are with this. Okay, either you are doing this or you are doing this, and then all of a sudden tomorrow morning, no, mama, I'll do this. How will your mama trust you? Once she tells you, she has to remind you 10 times to fold your own bed. And then you want your parents to trust you that if you're want to try something new, that will give you. So earn that respect, earn that trust from your parents, from your hard work. My bachas, please listen to me. There is no shortcut to hard work. And once you will start doing it, you will get addicted to it. And everyone around you will understand. Yes, if she's trying now, let her try once. I'm sure kuch nahi hoga, so she would at least let her try. But when when the parents don't trust you, because you're not giving them the opportunity to trust you, build that trust. Show your 100% when you are in school, when you are in college. So why? No parents wants, yaar. I'm telling you, I know there are lots and lots of expectations. These are from the parents these days. I truly agree. But there is a very easy way to convince your parents. Show your hard work. Just for 6 to 7 months. 6-7 mahine mein, they all will be lattu on you. I'm telling you, all of you. Parents are like that. Ma'am, tell something about SSB experience. But the SSB is a long process. The only thing I want to tell you is they are not looking for they're looking for a certain kind of personality. It's a personality assessment test. And any SSB coaching just for 15 days can't change your personality altogether in one night. They won't be able to do it. You have to, throughout your college years, earn it. What you need to do it, participate in more and more extracurricular activities, sports. It gives you the power, teamwork, decision making, leadership qualities. Sports will teach you all these things. I'm a sports person and it really helped me a lot. Participate in extracurricular. It will help you to organize. It will improve your management skills. So on ground work, not on the books and the papers. Keep rattoing all the stories and something or the psychological test. Very soon I'll be coming with the series for the SSB also. I'm very busy these days, but I keep trying. I'll come up with one video, second video, so that I would be able to help you out. Very soon I'll be coming up with the SSB videos that might help you, because it's again a long topic to discuss. But only one thing, start from right now. during your graduation days. Participate in camping, participate in NCC, participate in extracurricular dance activities, sports activities, anything. It gives you an exposure and it is going to help you. Fine, thank you, ma'am. Psychological test, yeah. Psychological test, आप क्या करते हो बच्चा? Psychological tests are based on projective techniques, which means they are checking your unconscious mind. और आप इतने रट्टे लगा के चले जाते हो वहां पे stories के और जाके same story लिखते हो और psychological test मेरे जैसा बैठा होता है, सबकी story same है, तो मैं उनको क्या कहूंगी? Write your own stories in those psychological tests and complete those. Attempt maximum, because once once you don't attempt the complete questions, what happens? It means you're using your conscious mind, and the test is about your unconscious mind. When you don't think and write, you need not to think and write. That is what is psychological test all about. Okay, so when it comes to the write your own stories, not from the read from here and there. Okay, 12. So I would like to ask, ma'am, this time why you don't say anything about attitude whenever I see all your speeches? I have just told about attitude, positive attitude. Yeah, I say about positive attitude. Ma'am, when the decision of taking risk is your, only then resilience is tested. Like if we're doing to make someone else happy, then mostly not try again. Why you're trying to make someone happy? You just tell me. Those people, once you try it, they'll never be happy. And all those who are happy with you, you need not to try with them. That is what is relationship all about. Need not to try. These are beautiful, relationships are something. You need not to try. If you're trying it, it means it's not worth. All those people who are happy with you, with them, you're not even trying and you take them for granted. Most of the time, that is what we do. And we keep trying impressing others. So don't do that. Anyone else? I think I have replied. Shweta ma'am, hearing this ho gaya. Wonderful session, lot of energy, enthusiasm. Thank you. Extremely informative. Thank you so much, dear. Logeshwari. Thank you, bacha. From Shweta ma'am, hearing your words. How can we overcome what? हाँ, ये मैंने आपको बता दिया है. When the decision taking risk is here, this I have already. Ma'am, time, why don't you say about, yeah, this I have already. Your words amplify. Thank you so much, kids. There are 3 more, 4, 5, 4 messages more. Yeah. I hope it's done now. Ashwant?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Ashwant, ask her to deliver the vote of thanks. Ashwant?
Yeah?
Yes, okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Finally, I call Ms. Logeshwari, Cadet Under Officer of Department of Defense, to deliver her vote of thanks.
Good evening to all. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. First and foremost, I thank our honorable chief guest who, despite her busy schedule, has found time to grace this occasion and make this webinar graceful. And I also express my heartfelt thanks to our principal ma'am, Anai College of Arts and Science. Next, I thank our vice principals for their uninterrupted support for this function. Then I thank our strategist and assistant professor of Defense Department. My heartfelt thanks to the head of various departments and faculties for their variable contribution, guidance, and encouragement in all our efforts. I owe special gratitude to the non-teaching staffs who have worked hard to the occasion become a memorable success. I thank all the distinguished invites present here accepting our invitation. I thank the members of media for evicting interest in covering and all the good hearts who worked behind the screen. Last but not least, I thank my fellow students for your cooperation in making this webinar a resounding success. Once again,